thank you for watching. I'm so excited to be sitting down today to film a Q&A for you guys. I came out in my car because I wanted peace and quiet because inside is pure chaos, my beautiful chaos, but I wanted to sit down and chat with you guys because we are overdue. I know there's tons of questions and we have some updates, so well, maybe some updates, but I was scrolling through all the questions and I feel like the most asked question has been, do we have a wedding date yet? And I wanted to fill you guys in because I know I briefly mentioned it on Instagram, but we actually did have a venue booked and we put our deposit down on the place and we put our deposit down on the hotel buyout for the place in Italy. And then in June, we went to go see it and it was absolutely the most beautiful place I've ever seen, but the issue was they only allowed cars up to a certain point in that town or city, and from that point it was like basically a 25-minute walk up a mountain, tons of steps. It would have been fine for us, but I wanted to keep in mind like my grandma's at that point is going to be 92, Brett's dad is in his 80s, like the most important people in our wedding, a lot of them are older, and we wanted it to be an easy experience for them. And basically the entire venue, as beautiful as it was just, we knew it was going to be difficult. So I feel like when you see the place that you're meant to get married, like the energy should be there, and it just wasn't really aligned with how we were feeling. So unfortunately, we decided after coming home and seeing it that we wanted to reroute our options. So we still unfortunately did not get our deposit back yet, which is annoying. We're trying to work with the venue because obviously, like I said, it was the most stunning venue in the world, but I just saw people having issues getting there, and I'm the type of person where if everybody's not happy or people are complaining, like it's gonna affect my day. Yeah, so that's kind of the story with that. So unfortunately we're still trying to figure out. They told us if they rebook the date that they will give us our money back, but I don't know. So that's kind of frustrating, but that's where we're at as far as weddings. We still want destination. We want to keep our wedding as small as possible, which is still going to be probably fairly big because of our family. Well, his family is bigger than mine, but I saw a lot of people asking if we want like a big wedding, and our goal is to have it as small as possible with just all the people that we love. So that's the update on the wedding. Maybe we'll start planning an engagement party because everybody in my family is like, girl, what are you doing? I feel like once we find our spot and we go see it and we pick our date, then I feel like everything else will be super exciting and fun. What's meant to be will be. We said we would get married in the yard, or we would get married and maybe just go run away and elope, but I feel like I'd regret it. I feel like I've always wanted a dream wedding. Is anybody else like that? I feel like there's some people that plan a wedding and they have everything figured out within like weeks, and I'm just like the complete opposite. So any tips would be nice. I feel like the second most asked question is, do we want to have kids? When do we plan on having kids? Yada, yada, yada. So me and Brett do want to have kids together, of course. How could we not? We have both agreed that definitely one. And Lorenzo walks around telling people he's gonna have a baby sister, so fingers crossed. Obviously healthy is most important. I would like to have 2 more. I say that now, we'll see, because I feel like by the time we do have another child, Lorenzo will be at least 6, maybe 7, who knows, you know, who knows when it's gonna happen. But it would be nice to maybe have like 2 more so they're closer in age, but we'll see. So yes, definitely more kids. And if I have a boy again next, you guys know, I feel like it'd be a sin for me not to have a daughter, so we will see. I saw a couple people asking about who's gonna do my hair and makeup for our wedding. I definitely feel like I'm gonna do my own makeup for my wedding, because how do I not? I just feel like I've gotten my makeup done by so many amazing people, and as gorgeous of a job everybody always does, I just feel like I like how I do mine because it's my face and I've been doing it for myself for so long. But I definitely feel like getting my hair done would be nice because I would love a little outfit change and hair change throughout the night. And hair is like, I'm good at hair, I'm good at my own hair, but I feel like I would love for someone to do my hair. So yes, I will have to film a tutorial, you know that. So I saw this comment and I just wanted to answer it because she said, you seem so calm, how do you maintain this? How do you deal with stress? And I feel like the past couple of months, I've actually been like so beyond stress. My anxiety has been at an ultimate high. I just wanted to pop in really quick because I wanted to answer one more part to this question because I feel like I didn't answer it properly. I just wanted to say, don't compare your real life to other people's highlight reels online. Everyone is only going to show you, of course, the good parts of your life. You don't see the day-to-day struggles that every single person, including myself, go through. I have anxiety, I get overwhelmed, I get stressed pretty much every single day. I'm just personally learning to give myself grace, protect my peace, and learning that not everything deserves a reaction. I think that's the biggest one. So being calm doesn't always mean life is going to be calm. It's finding your way back to yourself in those moments. Okay, enjoy the rest of the video. Love you. I've seen so many people asking about what I've had done to like my lower face, and I actually have not filmed a video talking in a minute because I got Botox so when you frown, like this is me frowning. I can't even do it, but I think put way too much in. Hold on, Brett's calling me. So I did Botox like here and here, and I feel like I notice it, and that's why I have not filmed any videos talking, because like it has bothered me so much. I guess whatever it did, like it like looks like my mouth is pulling, but it's really just the muscle being frozen down here. So like other muscles are working harder. So I feel like it like ruined my face, but thank God it was just Botox, so it will wear off. It's just gonna take a little bit of time. Like there's nothing you could do to like get the Botox to stop. And I've been doing Botox here for a while, so I feel like people have been saying it since I started doing that, but I liked how my face was smoother, so it didn't bother me until I would say the last time was probably like, okay, now I'm like letting it all wear off completely, because I would just go and get touch-ups every couple of months. So I've never done anything as far as surgery. I've done obviously like Sculptra and stuff like on my chin, and I've done Sculptra here, my cheeks, but like that pulling look that people keep talking about, it's just Botox. It's just like my other muscles that aren't meant to be being used properly are overworking because these ones are frozen. But yeah, so that's why I really haven't filmed anything, because I'm like, this is even today, I'm like stressed about filming this because I know people are like, what's wrong with your face? And I get it, it's my face. I have to freaking look at it when I'm talking on camera. So I've been doing like a lot of videos where like it required not a lot of talking, because I get anxiety when people talk shit about me. It's just like obvious. Naturally, I've been on the internet for 15 years. So actually my 15 years is next week. I never did threads. People are like, it looks like you have threads in your face. Never did threads, never did surgery. It's just bad Botox, but it'll wear off. So I just gotta let it wear off. So it's like a little bit better than it was, but please don't judge me. Do I recommend a pig as a pet? So it's funny because when Brad bought me this piggy back in October, the lady wanted me to promote her company, and I didn't, because I was like, I'm not gonna promote people getting an animal that I've never had my own experience with. It did not feel right to me, and I wanted to like live with her for a while before I can be like, oh my god, go get a pig, because it's a very serious commitment. Any animal in general is a very serious commitment. It's not as easy as people make it seem. And I would say my overall experience so far with Cookie has been amazing. I love her. She's so good. She goes out with the dogs to pee and poop, which is amazing. When she's outside, she's in all of my plants and getting into stuff. She likes to get into everything. So of course, like during the day, if I'm home and I'm around, I'll let her roam around the house. But you have to be careful with anything on the floor. She opens up Lorenzo's playroom door, so she could literally get in there. She eats crayons and markers, and she tries to like get at everything. I've caught her on my table eating my candle. So she's just like a little menace, but she's adorable and I love her, and she's so sweet. And I think it's definitely a big commitment. A lot of people get the pigs thinking they're gonna stay small. She's probably about 50 pounds right now. They told me she'd only be 30 pounds, but I knew that she was gonna be bigger than that. That's why, again, it didn't feel right promoting it, because if you go on their page, they didn't really have many pictures of like full-grown pigs. And I think some people are mistaken and think that they stay small. I knew from the beginning, I'm like, if she becomes 100 pounds and she's running around my house, like that's fine. I would never give up a pet. It's just not something I would ever do. She's smart as hell. She's so adorable and cuddly. She's just always looking for food. So I would say, depending on your household situation, if you wanna get a pig, get a pig. They're freaking awesome and I love her, but it's also a lot of work. You just remember, what you see online and what you see on Instagram is not always what is in real life. You see the best highlight reel of people's lives, and there's a lot of chaos behind the scenes. I will say though, she was so easy to train. When I first got Candy, she was going poop all over my rugs. She went on my bed. Like, it was a nightmare, and I had a 1-year-old at the time, so that was probably harder. So when I saw a bunch too was, how does Brett and Lorenzo's dad get along? So Brett and Anthony get along so well, and it's literally the nicest thing ever. I tell everybody this. We have such a great co-parenting relationship now, and it wasn't always like that, but we really have worked so hard to maintain a great relationship, me and him, for Lorenzo, and we are so blessed. Brett and Anthony knew each other. We all went to the same high school. They've known each other forever. Brett actually got his hair cut by Anthony, like, when he was still working out of his mom's garage. So there's a lot of history there. So I feel like it was easy for them to kind of get along really well. But it's really, really nice. Like, we have breakfast together on Sundays when he picks Lorenzo up. And Lorenzo is the happiest boy alive. And all he sees is mommy happy, and he sees daddy happy. And we all get along really well. So it's a blessing. It is possible. I would say my biggest tip for co-parenting is put your child first. As long as the other parent is a good parent, every child needs both parents if it is, of course, possible. So try to put whatever happened between you and your ex aside and try to do what's best for your baby, because at the end of the day, that's the most important thing, right? Like, my biggest goal in life is to be a good mother, and my parents were divorced, and I know how much that was hard for me and my sister. So I always said to myself that if something like this happened to me, like, I would always put my child first, because I know how much it affected me the way that my parents handled it. And that's just something that stuck with me. So throughout all of the shit in the past, I've always just wanted the best for my baby, and I think we're doing a really, really good job, and I just want you guys to know that it is possible. You just have to stay really strong and just know that the happiness of your child is the most important thing. So that would be my piece of advice for anybody going through it. Just stay open to it and just know that it is possible, and I'm rooting for you because I know it's not easy. But where I'm at right now, we're all so at peace, and it's really the most beautiful thing in the world, and I wish that for all of you guys out there maybe going through something similar. So I've gotten this question a few times, and I really didn't want to talk about it, but also at the same time, like, I don't care. Like, there's people in my family that don't even know, but a lot of people asked if I got my boobs done, and I actually did. I gained about 60 pounds when I was pregnant, and I breastfed for like 8 months, so my boobs were ginormous. So when I lost the weight, my boobs were not what they once were. I always had like really nice natural boobs, and because they were so large and then they got deflated, they were like saggy. So I decided to get a breast augmentation. I believe it was like when Renzo was 2, maybe 2.5, and I did them very, very, very natural, that they literally look maybe a drop bigger than what my natural boobs looked like. But I figured, like, I wanted them to be natural. I didn't want it to be like so obvious. I'm really happy I did it for my self-confidence. I just wanted to do it for myself. But I just wanted to share that with you guys because I saw a lot of people asking. So the lip combo in my profile picture is also the one that I just posted on Instagram, and it's a lip liner from, I had a whole new collection I was about to launch for the Beauty Bybel, and I really want to launch it, and I'm just trying to iron out the details of that. But it's this amazing lip liner that is honestly the best color in the world. So to be determined. Why did you stop your vlogs, like daily lifestyle vlogs? So I have about 4 or 5 vlogs that I just have not edited, which is such a sin, and I'm so sorry. To be honest, I do not have the time like I used to have since Lorenzo. Now he's gonna be in school full time, so I'm really hoping that I can get back into it, because that is my main freaking goal, I promise you. I miss YouTube so much, and vlogging has always been my favorite. It's just spending like the hours at a time editing. And what I used to do was when Renzo would go to bed in his own room, I would edit, but he's been sleeping with me for the past 2 years, and I tend, like, if I'm just editing and I go like an hour here, an hour there, like, I get so sick of it that I like have to step away. I like to like try to get it all done in one shot, which the vlogs take forever to edit because it's just so much content. Even though they're like old news to me, let me know if you guys still want to see them. Maybe I should just hire an editor and like let go, but I feel like that takes away. I think my pool guy just pulled up. My pool's only 3 years old, and my heater literally was leaking water. Like, look at this video, and I no one knows why this happened. It's out of warranty because it looked like there was either a chemical problem or they installed it improperly. I don't know. So I don't know if I have to go deal with this right now. They just pulled up. They probably see my bright light and I'm like, what is this girl doing? Let me see. I think there was one more question I wanted to answer. One was, would I ever move out of New Jersey? I don't think I'll ever move, period. I love my house so freaking much. Like, this is my favorite spot in the whole world. It's where I am at peace. I literally barely ever leave my house, and so no, I don't think so. And then I saw another question about my favorite top restaurants in New Jersey. So Brett still works at the Butcher's Block, so that's obviously one of my favorite spots. I go there all the time. Their food is amazing. I love Gabriella's, who doesn't? I love Cousins. I love Char. I love, obviously, any sushi restaurants. My favorite is, I love Ganja. It's in Matawan. Ganga or Ganja. I am such a sushi freak. Brett said that I should start doing sushi reviews and name it, because my middle name is Sue, and do Carli Sushi reviews. I'm like, dude, how do you even think of this stuff? What else? Oh, the best Yumi sushi is probably like just as close to the quality as Nobu. So if you're in New Jersey, Mezcal, Obsessed in Old Bridge. Okay, I think that was really my top favorites off the top of my head. Angelica's is amazing. That's where me and Brett had our first like date when we were back together. Also, I wanted to quickly mention my brand Sippy. We launched in February, and I wanted to say, if you guys are in New Jersey, we just launched in ShopRite in Mount Laurel, Marlton, and Cherry Hill, New Jersey. So if you guys go check it out in ShopRite, please tag me. We are trying so hard to branch out and get into all of these top stores. If you guys don't know, Sippy is boxed water with a straw made just for kids, and it has been so amazing. The feedback's been incredible. We just got picked up by a huge retailer, which I can't talk about it yet because we're launching in about 12 weeks, but stay tuned for that. We're in all the Babacoos in New Jersey, which is an amazing Mexican restaurant. We love it there. It actually is their default drink to come with the kids' meals, which is huge. And we are in Lavodi's. We are in Food Emporium. So many different like pizzerias and ice cream places, Jersey Freeze. We are so beyond honored, and if you guys see it out there, please show us some support. There's nothing better for your kids than pure water, and it's in the juice box format, so the kids get so excited for it. So I wanted to just quickly shout out my brand Sippy. So I really tried to answer like your top questions. If there's anything else I missed, please comment below, but I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and stay tuned because we got a lot more content coming. I love you so much. Bye, guys. Yay.